We're here with Omar Gallaga from the Austin American-Statesman. You've been covering South by since the late 90s. How did the 2013 version rank?
I think it was a strong year. I think they had good. I mean, only one of the keynotes that I saw did not go fantastically. All the rest were really good. I saw a lot of good programming. I don't know what people's experiences were with the panels were because there's so many, and it's hard to get a good sense of that. But a lot of the ones I went to were very strong. I just came from a comedy panel that was fantastic. I saw some good panels earlier today. I mean, I had pretty good luck with the programming this year. The parties were pretty well spread out, and I thought the trade show was really good this year. The trade show and the expo floor of South by Southwest Gaming were both really well organized and strong this year. So I thought it was a really good year. I think there'll be some talk about again about growth and whether the festival's getting too big and too much hype. There was a lot of talk about Grumpy Cat and whether that was kind of indicative of distraction at the festival and how something like that can derail the whole conversation because that's all everybody was talking about the first 2 days. But I think overall it was good. It held together well as a festival, even with the rain and some of the transportation issues the first couple of days. By the time the sun came out on, Sunday, I think everything really improved and things went really smoothly. There were no high-profile cancellations. Things were good.
What specific panel stood out to you over the 5 days?
The one I'm hearing the most about, I think, is the Elon Musk keynote on Saturday. I think that one inspired a lot of people. I'm not a big space person, but I was very fascinated by the stuff he talked about. And he's one of those people who has enough money and drive and passion to actually make a difference in a lot of these areas in space travel, in electric vehicles, and now in solar panels, which he has another business for that. So I think it's rare that you see someone at South by Southwest who not only has great ideas but also has the money to back those ideas up themselves, and already is in charge of 3 different companies doing innovative stuff in 3 different areas. So I think that one a lot of people really enjoyed. The Matthew Inman of the Oatmeal today was a great one. I mean, that was very funny. If you're a creative person, he gave some good insights into how to develop ideas and how to, once you actually have some success, how to put that into doing good things like building a Tesla museum. I mean, he was pretty inspiring as well and very entertaining.
So South by's been pushing this hardware revolution as a theme for the 2013 version. Where do you fall on that? Was there anything else that you saw that will be a major takeaway for you?
I don't know that hardware itself was a big theme. I know that the New York Times and a couple other people kind of declared before the festival even started it's all about hardware this year. I don't think it is. I think there was some interesting hardware at the festival, but of course all that stuff is still built on strong. I mean, it's all just little boxes unless you have good software and apps and things to kind of support an ecosystem. So I mean, even things like Leap Motion, which is this really neat little $70 motion controller. I mean, that's really a small piece of the puzzle, and the Roku 3 is a small piece of the puzzle, and all of these kind of the Ouya, even if it's successful, is going to be a small part of the gaming ecosystem. So I think these are kind of niche products. A lot of what we're seeing. And they're not. I don't think any one of them is going to take over any particular industry, but they're neat ideas, and I think people are gravitating toward more tangible things versus the flood of apps that we had the last couple of years. I think people have lost interest in individual apps besides the ones they're already using, the ones that everybody uses like Twitter and even things like Foursquare. But I think no real new apps stood out at this year's festival. I think what I was seeing was people using older apps or apps that have evolved, like Highlight or Foursquare, which have started as one thing and have become gradually something else. So yeah, I think hardware was important this year, but I definitely don't think it was the only story. I think there was a lot of stuff about design, about space travel, about crowdsourcing. I think, though, if anything, I think crowdsourcing and space travel were more dominant topics this year than hardware. I think Grumpy Cat was a more dominant topic than a hardware, to be honest.
And last question, what would you say to someone who's considering coming to South by next year but has never been? Would you still encourage them to come?
Yeah, I think it's still an important festival. I think there's still a lot of networking that goes on. There's still a lot of important people that come to the festival who can inspire you and who you'd want to meet. I think it's just something where you have to really plan ahead. You have to get a hotel room really early. You have to register early to get a good price. If you wait till the last minute, you're going to spend thousands and thousands of dollars that you didn't have to. So yeah, I would definitely invite people to come. I think Austin is great this time of year. The weather when it's not raining is fantastic. There's great people, great food, lots to do. But yeah, you really gotta book it now. Don't wait till next February to book a room or try to find a room or book your registration, because you will spend way more than you have to.